Check. Welcome back. Oh, we here. We in here.
Yeah.
We all good? We good? What we doing? We got something going on?
We do.
Here we are.
In a box.
So here we go. Quick recap, ladies and gentlemen. We coming to you. It is Friday night, October 4th, 2024. It's Friday evening, about 8-something. Here we are. Shout out to Matt. Like always, we are back in the building. It's first time in a little bit. There we go. Coming to you in widescreen.
Yeah,
coming to you in widescreen. Yes, here we are. Shout out to Matt, man. Always good to see you, bro. 1000%.
Always good, man.
Always good to see Matt, bro. So
yeah, it's been a while.
A lot of life. But here we are.
A lot of sports.
Yes, correct. We got a few topics for everybody. But namely the NFL, we are
we already 4 weeks
wrapping up 4 weeks in, so we are going to recap the first quarter. Which is
crazy because I was
for sure.
It felt like the season. It felt
just started, but
like yesterday.
Some things expected.
Football.
Some things unexpected, some injuries, unfortunately, but that is football.
So
and
actually, it's been something I've been wanting to talk about as far as injuries, though. But
we'll get to it in full circle. But before we get going, everything let's talk about Sprite. Let's talk about some Sprite.
Oh yeah, so
let's talk about some Sprite. I'll let you tell him, Matt. You the man with the plan, bro.
I would say
you the man with the plan.
I would definitely want to give a shout out to Eclipse Darkness.
Hey, shout out to Eclipse. Big things. Shout out to Eclipse for sure.
Sprite sponsorship, hopefully.
1000%.
Up here also.
Come on.
Shout out to the production team.
Shout out to everybody, including Matt.
A great commercial.
Do we want to play? Can we play the commercial? We got the commercial. We might. I want to.
Let's see. Let me see if I can cue this up real quick.
I want to shine some light to this. This is big news. Big news here at Never Satisfied Studios. Been around a long time. Here we go.
Yeah,
that's got set up. Yeah, like I said, it was filmed here almost 2 years ago. Matt said, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 years.
But it is in partnership with Sprite. Shout out to Eclipse once again.
Bam.
And the whole NS. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to everyone at Never Satisfied. A lot of familiar faces, as you'll see. And Matt's behind the lens, of course. Check it out. Here we are. Look at that. Look at Lardy. Look at that. There you go. That in there. CEO. Check him out. Like I said, that is right here. This is that. You see it. That is where we film the podcast. This is the studio. If you guys aren't familiar, we're not just one room. This is A lot of rooms here at the studio, of course. A lot of recording studio. That is the genesis of all this. Brought to you by Sprite. Check that out.
But yeah, shout out
to Sprite. Shout out to Eclipse. Shout out to the CEO, Double R, of course, and everyone a part of that. Lardy, of course.
Yeah. So, how we want to start this?
Okay, so there we go.
So I actually wanted to touch on. So you brought it up there. You brought up injuries.
And
this is you be happy to talk.
We bring up some injuries, and then but
it has to relate to.
We'll start. We might as well. It's something we want to talk about. Let's talk about it, sir.
So
let's do it.
Christian McCaffrey.
That's a touchy subject. But,
he has broken so many hearts.
Oh, as far as fantasy, that was a big storyline. But
and my problem,
if you're a 49er fan like myself, you'd have been known that Jordan Mason was ready to step in. So it's not.
I don't feel like they said anything before the season though.
This is what happened. So they were testing out this and that. Of course, you're not going to leak more to the media than you need to. Period. And you have you're optimistic that he's going to play. They had.
They knew.
Of course.
Y'all let all these people draft Christian McCaffrey.
That sucks, right? If I would have had one, I'd be so... Because 4 times out of 5, you had the number 1 pick, you're drafting Christian McCaffrey first. Unless you had some wide receiver you're in love with.
Right.
Maybe some would have took maybe Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was top 3, but that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey, like I said, injury is part of the game, man. But the 49ers are one of the deepest teams in football, and we're the development and the positive. You got to look at the positive light in a lot of situations. And the positive that Jordan Mason stepped in. He started off the training camp as RB3. RB2, Elijah Mitchell, he gets hurt. He's out for the season as well. You don't hear about him because he's been hurt a lot these past few years.
Promotion.
There you go. So Jordan Mason, gets promoted to 2, then gets promoted to 1. So long-term workload. Christian McCaffrey is a workhorse. We used him a lot last year, probably overused him at times. And a lot of his Carolina years, he was like 70-80% of the offense. So we want him for the long term, take as long as he needs. He went to Germany, the stem cells, the whole stuff. But, he's they haven't ruled him out for the season. He should come back, and it gives him rest and Jordan Mason development. And when the playoffs come in, you have a nice 1-2 punch, because the 49ers are looking like the same, he is the cover of Madden curse, side note, you know what I mean? But Jordan Mason,
crazy how it works. But again,
common football saying next man up, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like the 49ers, they have one of the deepest teams of football, and looks like they're in a position to win a football games regardless. So yeah, there has been other injuries, but that was probably one of the biggest storylines, and it happened probably like a day or 2 before the season started.
So another injury I wanted to talk about, since we haven't had an episode in so long.
Correct. Injuries is the topic.
In NFL weeks,
we're
every
talking
week
injuries.
is a whole different story.
Correct.
But we never touched on
what.
Tua Tagovailoa situation.
That sucks. I saw that. I want to say I was watching that game. That sucks.
I watched it too.
It's hard. It's like if you're a Dolphins fan or not, if you're a football fan, just a human being in general, you're going to be compassionate for that situation. It's scary, bro. It's scary stuff. If I would have drafted a quarterback by now. I would have drafted.
But why would you draft a quarterback? He's been having great seasons.
Just in case he gets hurt, duh. That's what QB2 is there for, and they don't even trust their QB2, and they go sign your boy Snoop. Shout out to Snoop for playing and start. But he's with the offense for 2 days, and they expect him to win a national game.
Snoop was trash on that.
Come on, BC. Best available. It's Pro Bowl in the resume. Come on, man.
I fuss with Snoop too, but I don't know what that was. They signed him off the couch,
off the street.
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta give that a couple weeks, a training camp.
But do you feel Tua retires?
It's a lot. If
you're Tua, do you retire?
He's probably not. I mean, the money's there, and
he's 26.
He's 26, and for him to, it would take a lot. I don't think he does. I don't know, for whatever reason. I don't think he does. Like everyone's going to urge him to do it, but I think like he is he's a lot of heart.
I say this,
a lot of heart.
Life is long, bro.
Life is long.
And a lot of
football's temporary.
A lot of things.
Football's temporary. Check you out.
And granted, obviously, one of the things my mom always would say is, God will forgive you, but your body might not. Damn. So, when we out here doing these things to our body, you gotta take and heed with caution. You only get one of them. You only get one brain. It's not like your arm.
Can't trade it in. Can't trade. Yeah, get one. Yeah, tell me.
Get a brain replacement.
Tell me about it right now. Arm replacement.
They give you leg. They give you damn near a new heart. But that brain you can't really replace it. So big shout outs to Tua though, because
shout out to Tua. I
feel like he's been decent. I feel like he hasn't really ascended to the ultimate height yet, but he's been a decent player in the league. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So next thing. So I'm in several group chats.
Okay.
And the biggest news in all of the group chats.
What's that? This
Devontae Adams.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's okay. So we kind of jumping the gun. I think this, or we want to talk about that now.
We can move around on top.
All right, bet. So Devontae Adams. So since we talk about Devontae Adams, if you want to pull up to the screen the Vegas odds of where he might end up, and we could talk about all those teams. But right here, when I check, we have the Jets have the best odds at minus 110. We have the Saints at plus 275. We got the Steelers at plus 450. We got the Commanders at plus 800. We got the Cowboys at plus 800. We got if he remains with the Raiders, plus 1,600. The Chiefs plus 1,200. The 49ers plus 1,600. The Buffalo Bills plus 1,600. Shout out BK. The Baltimore Ravens plus 1,600. And then we got Patriots, Rams, Packers, Lions, Falcons, Cardinals, Vikings, Browns. No. But those top
everything.
They said Devontae Adams. Which team will Devontae Adams take his first snap after the 24-25 trade deadline on November 5th? So the deadline is a month away, but he is supposedly hurt, and but he's not playing. He's not active, you know what I'm saying? So that's if he's injured or if he's, hey, get me out of here now.
His ass ain't hurt.
So I as a 49er fan, on our side, we would want to give up. I'm giving you a little backstory. There was almost a 3-way trade in the offseason to send Ayuk to the Steelers, and then we try to get Devontae Adams already. That's my point. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Ayuk for Adams, the fan base, the majority of the fan base wants it, and then
Ayuk for Adams, straight up,
or with some picks attached to that. Of course, you have. I think the top two teams that could get him are the Jets and the Saints due to his quarterback situations. And then subliminally, I'll let you say it, Devontae Adams had post this subliminal post.
Like I said, so Devontae Adams,
which is something to look into.
Devontae Adams posted a picture of Edgar Allan Poe in his Instagram story, followed by a quote from Edgar Allan Poe.
Quote the Raven Evermore. And he's from B-More, shorty, right?
He played. Wait, I think
he lived there. No, Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh yeah.
He lived in Maryland or whatever or something. Like I looked that up. They're like, okay, like quote the Raven, like,
yeah.
There's nothing else associated. That can't mean nothing else.
I mean,
so him to post a picture of a man.
I mean,
from a long time ago. No, that's where he wants to go. That's where he this is my best bet to win. That's what he thinks. He's like, this is where I could fit. I could fit in with Lamar Jackson. I could fit in with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's tearing it up. You know what I'm saying? Some people thought he was washed. Now he's on pace for make 2,000 yards. Shout out to Derrick Henry. I got him on fantasy football. But so the Ravens are looking to be one of the top teams in the AFC, of course. You know what I'm saying? I think literally hell would freeze over before the Raiders would trade Devontae Adams to the Chiefs.
That ain't gonna happen.
Right? That ain't gonna happen. Within division rival, yeah, right. Every you might as well burn the whole Las Vegas stadium down. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do that, you giving the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Anybody but the Chiefs, right? So let's get that out the way.
And they probably need them the most.
But as a division, it's one thing to be within the division, within the conference.
Right.
But within the division, that's the team you play. That's a rivalry there. You play twice a year since forever. So I would say, again, out of all those teams we said, we would go, again, Jets minus 110, Saints plus 275.
Also,
Steelers and Commanders, some young teams on the rise. Cowboys, that could
they ain't going to do it.
I know.
Jerry ain't going to do it.
If he didn't get Henry.
They already said that they ain't going to do it.
Right, they should have got Henry. They should have signed Henry. So they should have did. Stay with the Raiders, that'd be crazy. So the staying with the Raiders is the sixth best odds, but
so now
I mean, like, but again, you know, as a casual football fan, I'd say it would be cool to see him wreck with Aaron Rodgers. They need to push the most. If I'm the Jets to salvage whatever they think they're doing this year, oh yeah, you got to get Devontae. You traded everyone that, you know, you're not gonna trade Sauce and Garrett Wilson and all this shit. But if a second rounder gets it done, and that's what they're talking about, oh yeah, pull that mother loving trigger. Oh, for sure. If you're the Jets, I think he's going to the Jets. I think he's going to, realistically. Respectfully, sir, take your emotion out of it. Even if he did post that.
I mean,
even if
he posted it.
That's where and that's going to be my rebuttal. That's where he wants to go. But again, what's the Las Vegas GM, the Al Davis' son?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's his decision to make. That's his decision, not Devontae Adams. Yeah, I want to go to Baltimore. No, what's Baltimore trading? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to send him where he wants to go.
Second round pick and Rashad Bateman.
That's where he wants to. Again, we'll see. So he wants to go. But I think.
Sorry, Batman. But
we'll see what happens.
I actually have Devontae Adams stats on up for the fans right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I mean, at least since 2018, he's probably been one of the most productive receivers in the league. You got pretty much 5 or 4 straight seasons of 1,000 yards or more. So, and in his year with Derek Carr, 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. So last year, your boy Jimmy G wasn't getting it done. You know what I'm saying?
They should have never got rid of Carr. That was, you know who messed that all up? The coach that got fired. What's his name? The one that was with the Patriots and all that.
Homeboy.
McDaniels. Yes, McDaniels messed that all up. He sent Carr out because Carr had the locker room won over him. Then you get Jimmy G. Shout to Jimmy G. But that's not have you seen the receiver show? Right. So like Devontae Adams had Jimmy G throwing.
Man, he alright.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying the way he was talking about Jimmy G, he kind of had like the attitude of like he was like,
no, exactly. But you having as a 49er fan, you having Jimmy G doing things that he doesn't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to utilize Devontae Adams, you need somebody with the big arm. Jimmy G was never known for he's West Coast offense, short passes. That's what made Jimmy G good. That's what made the 49ers good. He had a lot of athletes that could finish the play on short passes, yards after catch. The 49ers led yards after catch. I mean, short passes.
I don't even think that's an excuse, though. Because Devontae can run the whole route tree, bro.
But if he's doubled every freaking play and your O-line isn't up to par, your running game isn't up to par, you know what I'm saying? Other receivers up to par, everything went to should never get rid of Waller. Again, Las Vegas is a mess, bro. So if they lose Devontae Adams, a lot of A lot of angry Raider fans for
it's
sure.
Not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
So maybe he goes to Ravens. We'll see.
I'm thinking Ravens. At first I was like,
I would, but if I were you, I would.
At first it was like a pipe dream.
No, but he wants to go. He posted that he wants to go.
But
there's some validity to it.
I was like, yo, this is realistic.
It's realistic.
This could happen.
It's on his wish list. It's on his wish list. It's probably top of his wish list.
I don't know how we're going to handle the money part of it, but, we'll figure that out later. Just get him in the building.
I would like to imagine if the Ravens did that, they were going to the Super Bowl. They would be way better than the Chiefs. Way better than the Chiefs, like on paper. On paper.
I mean, what else, what else don't we have?
Injuries. So,
So we can move on from Devontae
Adams.
I'm still dreaming, but
no, but for sure, he's going to be somewhere else. I'd like to, like I said, because again, Vegas had the 6th best odds that he stays. Yikes! He's not staying. After all this, it's too much going on, social media and back and forth with the coach. No, that's you don't come back from that.
Out there in the air now.
Exactly, you don't come back from that. So. We do the first quarter recap, just the standings on all the teams real quick.
Oh, Lord.
And then power rankings after that.
So I do have the standings. We start with the AFC.
Okay. So here we are. So in the AFC, after the first quarter, after 4 games, we have the Buffalo Bills, Shalpike, at 3-1. We have the New York Jets 2-2. We have New England 1-3, and Miami 1-3. It looks like it's Buffalo's to win. Josh Allen, MVP candidate, top receiver in fantasy football. Receiver, top quarterback in fantasy football. The Buffalo Bills again, unless the Jets. Do something now. It's the Bills to win.
It's too early in the season for me to say anything though, because obviously they only technically 1 game behind.
Check it out. Whole lot of football left.
Early
prediction.
And we saw what just happened on Sunday night to them Bills. Yours truly, I mean, I do like Josh Allen, but I'm sorry, Kay, if you're watching.
Oh, she gonna see this.
I like Josh Allen. But there's a lot of people who I feel like he doesn't get the same type of criticism that other people get, and they've accomplished the same or more.
I mean, him losing to the Chiefs about 2-3 times. No, he catches that. But everyone's lost to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are. I think Josh Allen gets criticized compared to who? He's criticized your boy.
Yeah,
he won. They both won MVP.
No, they didn't. It's only one of them that won MVP.
Josh Allen's never won MVP? No. I'm tripping. Okay, he might win it again. We'll see.
Right,
he's always in the good. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But he's projected to have a great season nonetheless.
Yeah, I think he'll have a good season.
Okay, so the AFC North, we have Pittsburgh 3-1, Baltimore 2-2, Cleveland 1-3, and Cincinnati 1-3.
It's a lot to actually talk about, unwrap here.
Yeah, the AFC North always been a competitive division. Always a little bad blood between some of those teams right there. Cincinnati done if they lose against the Ravens 1-4. That's gonna be rough.
I'm gonna be
Cincinnati done.
Person who keeps calling people overrated. So I ain't gonna say overrated. I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad saying it, but I'm like,
been to a Super Bowl once.
They've been to a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow, but I'm like,
the Cards just kind of went their way. Everything just went their way.
I feel like people crown Joe Burrow a little bit too much.
You know what it is, though?
What?
This is my opinion. Okay, he's from Ohio, right? He's from Ohio. And he's playing Ohio. Like that's a thing. So that's why he has that extra. His support system is really strong there. If he'd won a Super Bowl, they would have built a statue of him right now. If they would have won that year. That's how much they support him. You know what I'm saying? So I think, but that blinds a lot of actual things.
Statistics, fact that he's injured most of the time.
You're right.
Like, he does win, and he has had some great games, but I feel like it's a little overhyped. Next thing I want to talk about in this division, though, is the doggone Browns, man. What's up with your boy Deshaun Watson? Bruh, we gave you all this money.
Okay, all this money.
We gave you all this money, Shane. And
money.
I feel bad for this. When this trade initially happened, and I always defend Baker Mayfield for whatever reason.
So that's what I was going to get at. So it's the Browns, not Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, Baker Mayfield, this and that and the third. I saw a meme or a picture or whatever. They said the most Cleveland Brown things to happen is for Baker Mayfield to be playing great after they throw him away. What if this should be him there now.
And shout out to Joshua Nagel. I think he's from one of the chats. You know what I'm saying? Allen never won an MVP.
Right. Okay.
And since he is cooked if they lose, but Chase can beat the Ravens secondary.
So the Ravens are 2-2. Cincinnati's 1-3. I believe the Ravens are going to win. So the Ravens would be 3-2, and that makes Cincinnati 1, and that would put Cincinnati 1-4. They would be behind the 8 ball for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because I think again, it's looking like top 2 teams is going to be the AFC North for the rest of the season in that division. Cleveland's having issues. Cincinnati's having issues. I don't know. I mean, anything can happen. But it's looking bad for Cincinnati and Cleveland early at 1-3.
Deshaun Watson, do you think his career is over?
Career is over. Smokes. How old is he?
He's got to be 28, 29.
29.
As a starter.
Okay. Here's part of the issue with him. The Nick Chubb injury. If Nick Chubb,
that's huge.
That's huge. You know what I'm saying? So
huge.
So if the thing is now you're asking Deshaun to do more than
he's 29.
More than he originally needs, because to rely on a great running game that opens up so much for a quarterback. Versus when you don't have a reliable running game, then it becomes more about you, the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So that's so I'm giving. Is
that an excuse though? In his case,
I'm being his defense right now.
When he was in Houston, he didn't have a great running game,
but he had a great mother-loving receiver. And Hopkins was like top 3 receiver at the time.
Season.
He had a great.
If I'm not mistaken,
the Texans was like one of the top defenses, so that gives your quarterback a lot of opportunities on the other side of the ball. And then he had a great. Again, the Texans was one of the deepest football teams when he was there, so it wasn't just him.
Only Chubb we should be talking about is how Watson keeps trying to show his.
Bro, that's fun. That is funny.
And then at the same time, it's off the field distractions. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I feel like
he got paid all that, but it's just like, okay, you know who was playing for them last year? Now he's the starter of the Patriots. Brissett. So he was there. He's a decent quarterback. You got who's my man's that was on the Saints last year? Now he's on the Jameis Winston is in the locker room, in the quarterback room. So it's just like. And they also got rid of Josh. They had Joshua Dobbs at one point. He's with the 49ers now. He started some games with the Vikings and the Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? Joshua Dobbs. So you paid him all this money, and you have other capable quarterbacks that you're letting walk out that door. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Watson, for him to pay him the same amount of money and set the bar up and to try to screw over the Ravens in the process.
I'm going to add one more caveat to this. Finish your statement, though.
But again, so the part of that strategically, it was offense, but defense.
I will bring your comment up, but I was just about to say.
So you paid Watson that money to off the Baltimore, and then Baltimore had to pay Lamar Jackson. So but the investment's not paying off for sure.
All right, so
here we are.
As a Cleveland Browns fan, would you feel more confident if Joe Flacco was your quarterback right now?
I would love to have Joe Flacco as my quarterback right now. He won some games for him. He was in the playoff game for him.
Yo.
keep the continuity, keep the, you know what I'm saying? Something build.
Joe Flacco about 37 though.
And he just won a game for Indy.
Yeah, boy. Yo, people hate on Flacco. I always bring this up when I have conversations about Flacco. I be like, yo, do you know Flacco? And obviously he's behind some people, but Flacco is top 20 all-time passing yards.
That's wild.
That was wild when I saw that. I was like, whoa, like, and only
some players
like, you're talking about.
You wouldn't think that you wouldn't think people he's ahead of.
Like you could think of like all the Donovan McNabbs and like Mike Vick and all these people. He's ahead of like a lot of quarterbacks that we have thought were awesome. You know,
longer career, longevity.
I mean, longevity, yeah.
Availability.
But like you got to, it's some quarterbacks who've played longer than Flacco, and obviously, like when you look at the list, I damn near want to bring it up. But when you look at the list, it's literally like the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and then Flacco at the bottom.
20,
you know what I'm saying?
20. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. So I'm like, you know, and Flacco is gonna turn 40 before the season's over. And as a Ravens fan, though, you always gonna have love for Flacco. I don't care what nobody say. Like Flacco, you know
brought him one.
Yeah, for sure.
Brought him one.
But yeah, we could
won the big game.
Won a big game. But yeah, anything that Surprise, motherfucker, we back. Send me this.
I got you.
God damn.
Oh, we back.
God damn.
Computer froze. The same link, same everything.
Yeah, same everything.
All right. We are back. We are alive. Good to go. Matt saved the day once again. We were talking about the something. What the?
We talking about the day on the standings,
and we were talking about the AFC South. I think we got cut off there. So the Texans 3-1, Indy 2-2, Titans 1-3, and Jacksonville 0-4. I think that's right when it cut out when I said that. So I think the Texans are going to win that division. The Colts look like they have a bright future, but C.J. Stroud is the real deal. Tennessee has a few question marks, and Jacksonville pays a lot of money to Trevor Lawrence. And a lot of people feel that he is underperforming his contract. And it's too tough. Or he got in there? He got Gabe Davis. He got
I like him.
Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk. Former Cardinal, that's why I know who that is. Had him a few years of fantasy, but
they paid him, overpaid Christian Kirk though.
Some teams you just have to, you know what I'm saying, to draw people to your organization. So Texans should win that.
Hold up though, let me bring that back up real quick. Let me see if I can bring up the standings again. All right, so we got Texans, Colts, Titans. Yeah, they should for sure win.
Texans, there you go. So,
look out for them Colts with Flacco, man.
So we have at the for sure, Flacco did win them a game. So if anybody give Houston a run for their money, it'd be the Colts. I think Tennessee has too many question marks. Tennessee has too many questions. You just lost Henry. They're not. We're hitting the reset button over here. We're not going to win the division. In the AFC West, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at 4-0, the LA Chargers at 2-2, the Las Vegas Raiders 2-2, and the Denver Broncos at 2-2. Kansas City should be favored, of course. They've been dealing with some injuries. They're not the big old Thanos juggernaut. I
don't feel like they've been that for a while though.
I feel that
they just keep winning with that damn quarterback.
That doggone quarterback, but they lost some pieces, so anything can happen.
That's Hollywood.
Hollywood, that sucks. And then Rashee Rice
got injured by
Mahomes. That was wild. And then Pacheco, I'm so glad I didn't draft him. I drafted him last year.
Drafted him.
I'm so glad I didn't draft him because I got Henry instead. That's why.
Man,
I was like, I'm getting Henry. No, it should be the cheat. Everybody knows that. Unless something crazy happens.
I'm trying to figure out how they still winning.
But I think they should lose some games here coming up. Again, 17 games. They're
lost that first game.
That part. You can't win them all.
You win the rest of them. Just lose that first one. But it's all good. We see you later.
So, moving on to the National Football Conference. We have the NFC East starting out. We have the surprise team of this year. We locked in, homeboy. We locked in.
Yeah, we locked in.
Okay, 100% overpaid.
Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson lost the locker room.
Yeah, a lot of question marks there. And then what's his name? Hurd? You gonna trade one of the two?
Ooh.
No, they might trade him. They said the running back because he's on the last year of his rookie deal, and they don't want to pay him.
Which running back?
ATM, Jacksonville.
Oh, Travis Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne. Yeah. He's talking about Christian Kirk. So side note. So I don't know, a lot of question marks there. But if you're sniffing up 0-5 and 0-6 and 0-7, you know what I'm saying, you're already 0-4.
You already paid the quarterback though.
You already paid the quarterback. Somebody's heads are gonna roll, and it can't be. It can't be him. You paid him.
It's gonna be the coach.
Yeah, the coach is going to get fired, 1,000%. So the NFC East, we have the Washington Commanders at 3-1. Your Dallas Cowboys at 2-2. Philadelphia at 2-2. They've been on a little stinky stretch since last year. The Eagles, they're like 3-11. They're 3-8. They're past 11 games or something like that. Right, and then
everybody been talking about how Jalen Hurts been playing like trash.
The New York Football Giants at 1-3. Well, they're 2-2, and they're supposed to be contenders. but it's just like they're just not. I think they got an injury or two. Barkley had a breakout game, one good game.
He's been playing well.
He's been playing well, no, but I think Washington, respectfully, I think Washington is unless something crazy happens.
Homeboy, the rookie.
He's
talking about MVP.
Let's relax. He's the CJ Stroud of last year, nonetheless. He's the CJ Stroud. Unless they win 10, 11, 12 games.
I watched the Bengals game, and he remind me.
No, he had no incompletes in the game. That's amazing.
You know who
That's
he remind
amazing.
me of? He remind me of Lamar, bro.
Have I seen him play?
I watched him play, and I was like, man, just
the way he moves, elusiveness, the way he moves. No, but he is the. I think Washington is one of the surprise teams this year, and he's one of the surprise players. They have a chance to win this doggone division. That's what they got. You know what I'm saying?
I got them winning the division.
Well, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. But
Cowboy fans gonna be hurt when that.
I look over my shoulder before I start talking about the Cowboys. But
if that young boy come to Dallas and tear these Cowboys up, oof.
It's gonna be a long night in Dallas for sure. Some jerseys gonna start burning. Some TVs gonna get punched. So I think anything can happen, but I think we got a 3-way race between Washington, Dallas, and Philly. I'll give it that. I'm not gonna throw the towel in on the Cowboys or the Eagles just yet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna crown Washington just yet. But Washington's looking good. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my opinion. That's what the Texans were last year. That's what CJ Stroud was last year. What Washington is looking like right now.
Definitely, I watched the Commanders,
and he looks like Lamar.
And he looks legit. Like some of the throws he was making, I was like, bro, like that shit was actually absolutely insane. So I like him. Exciting player to watch.
Check you out. And then we have the NFC North. We have the Minnesota Vikings at 4-0. That's the surprise team for sure. Sam Darnold tearing it up. Former QB2 of the 49ers last year. Former high draft pick of the Jets. And then we have the Detroit Lions 3-1, Green Bay 2-2, and Chicago 2-2. Caleb Williams still got some ways to go. Jordan Love's just coming back from injury. That playoff game last year against Dallas got him paid, but I think he's a little overvalued at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see if he makes if they make the playoffs again. But they did beat Dallas last year, so he could ride that for like the whole season. He did beat Dallas last year in the playoffs. So
Jerry World.
But again, Detroit is the team to beat until further notice. Minnesota, we'll see. They got their quarterback hurt, but Sam Darnold looked like he's sitting comfortably in that QB1 chair.
How we feel about the Bears quarterback?
The Bears quarterback, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I give him 2-3 years. Like, they're still the worst team in the division.
Washington is showing colors that no one has seen in a while.
So, yeah, they're still the worst. So the Bears, no disrespect to Chicago or the Bears, but they got a long way to go.
How you like the rookie?
I'm neutral. Just whatever. Like I don't see it. But it takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. I'm not. He's a young Gen Z.
Does it take time though?
Cat. You know, I'm not.
Does it take time?
Some guys got it. Some guys don't.
It does take time.
But it takes 53 on the roster, not just one. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes a team. It's not just a quarterback. I'll say this forever about football, in my opinion. Quarterback gets a lot of the praise and a lot of the blame. You know what I'm saying? But we can't overlook the other 52. A lot of people are quick to overlook a lot of.
Joshua says bust. He is a bust.
Bust. I give somebody 3 years before I call him a bust because Alex Smith was deemed a bust. I deemed him a bust. He's one of my favorite players of all time. He turned his career around. He got the 49ers NFC Championship one year, and then he made the Pro Bowl when he was with Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you could be labeled a bust, and then 5-10 years down the road, still make the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Alex Smith was a bust, legit. But it takes the right situation, the right coach. You You know what I'm saying? And when it's not all about you, you have an offensive line. They draft you for a reason.
Said it takes calluses, not painted nails.
You said it. That's why I'm not rocking with him. I can't even be a fan, bro. You paint your nails and stuff. I'm cool. I don't like it. Man, you was running around in diapers when I was in the military. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Right. You said it. You said I was gonna say it. I alluded to it. I don't know. I'm already kind of like turned off about just the things I see and hear. Play ball, bro.
They said
play ball.
Before the season, they was asking for ownership stake in the team.
He was wilding. He was trying to say where he was gonna go. He was trying to get to like a big market. You know what I'm saying? Like
Chicago's a pretty big market, though.
No, but he was trying to get to like. He was talking about like San Francisco, Dallas, or he was talking like really, really big. Yeah, ownership of. I mean, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate
Tom Brady.
Your innovation. It took Tom Brady freaking 20 years to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And 7 Super Bowls. Hold your horses, Playboy.
Right there, you go. You said it. So I don't know. He needs more people, and like I said, I don't see the Bears getting better than the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, or the Green Bay Packers within the next 1 to 2 years. Maybe 3 or 4, you know, but 1 to 2 years, I don't see it at all. They're a below 500 team.
So Sam Darnold is that guy now.
For the time being, you know what I'm saying? He's for the.
Is it Sam Darnold or is it just
McCarthy's out for the season, so it's his season.
Well, I mean, I'm saying is Sam Darnold playing so well because of the team, or is it just I
mean, he again. Okay, so I think again how you developed. Jets fans will tell you that they failed. I've seen because he was asked recently about the Jets. Like, oh, did the Jets fail you? And he said the politically right answer. And a lot of Jets fans in the comments know the Jets failed him, had a bad team around him, XYZ. Comes to San Francisco, QB2, again, development.
Well,
Shanahan.
He went to North Carolina, too.
Oh, yeah, he was in Carolina first, then 49ers. I'm tripping. But then he was there. No, he was winning some games there. He was winning some games in Carolina.
Not really, but...
Some. He won like 3-0, I think.
He
but then go to San Francisco, got developed. Shanahan will say that he's one of the better coaches in the NFL and developing quarterbacks.
We forgot about that. He went to LA. Oh no, I'm tripping. I'm thinking of Baker Mayfield.
Right. So yeah, he went to New York, Carolina, San Francisco, and now he's on Minnesota in like his 5th or 6th season or something like that. It's his 4th team. But again, he's starting. He's got one of the best receivers in football. You know what I'm saying? The best receiver in football. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's no pressure. You came in as QB2, no pressure, and got the high draft pick rookie quarterback got hurt. So he's QB2, underrated position. You never know when your number's going to call it, and then he's winning games. So again, I think it's between Minnesota and Detroit. I think Detroit. What's up, Lance? I think Detroit is still in the driver's seat, though. I think you go Detroit 1, Minnesota 2. Even though Minnesota's 4-0, it's still Detroit, bro. Detroit went to the NFC Championship. Detroit won a first playoff game in 30 years. Detroit is still that team. You know what I'm saying? In the NFC North, in my opinion. The AFC South, we have big game from the Falcons last night. So we have the Falcons sitting at 3-2, Tampa Bay sitting at 3-2. So the New Orleans Saints 2-2, and Carolina wrapping up that division at 1-3. So big game, Thursday night game. It was the start of Week 5.
Man.
NFC South matchup between the Falcons and the Bucks. I turned off the game, unfortunately, but the Falcons
game of the year so far.
Overtime win, etc. So Kirk Cousins. How do you hate on Kirk Cousins? You can't. And then Baker Mayfield. Shout out to Baker Mayfield for playing out of his mind. You know what I'm saying? And be improving everybody in Cleveland wrong. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Baker Mayfield. Shoot. Everyone was ready to throw him out.
I never doubted Baker.
Not you and me, but
I talked to some Cleveland fans. They definitely was like, man, we got Deshaun Watson. We good.
1,000%. That's what it was. Because they at the end of the day, they picked Deshaun Watson. And then, you make your bed later. If they would have kept Baker Mayfield, would he have the same success? Maybe not. That's the thing. Maybe not. Would he be as productive? But he's productive.
How you figure though?
Huh?
How you figure?
Team, system. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with Deshaun Watson then? Is it the system? Is it the player? Again, the same thing. Question with Baker Mayfield. Was it the system? Is it the player?
You seen what old man Flacco did last year on the Browns?
True. So it's the player. Okay, so we're saying it's the player. So maybe Baker, there's 1,000 variables, but the Cleveland should have never let go Baker Mayfield. I'll stand on that because look at where they're at now.
He won them their first playoff game
in 50 years.
I don't know, 50 years, but since they've been
the Cleveland Browns of new.
Yeah, because I only other playoff game I can really think of with the Cleveland Browns is back when they played Pittsburgh and they lost that game at the last moment. I was like back, was that early 2000s? When they Tim Couch or Kelly Holcomb, whatever. One of them was the quarterback. But and it was against the Steelers, bro. You beat the Cleveland Browns beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs with Ben Roethlisberger as the quarterback.
Wasn't Derek Anderson? He was the shit for a while there.
He was alright.
He was a Pro Bowler. I do remember that name.
Maybe I think maybe they went to the playoffs, but I think they lost. But
so yeah, shout out to but that's it. But sticking to the NFC South, yeah, Baker Mayfield. But so that's they looking like that was a statement game on both sides, and they'll play again later in the year, and they'll probably be the top two teams in the division. The Saints
play again in 4 weeks.
The Saints beat the Cowboys. I was like, what, week 1, week 2?
Breaks off the Cowboys.
Yeah, they blew out the Cowboys, but maybe they're kind of slowing down a little bit. Carolina's not going to do too much, so I would predict. It's hard to pick against Atlanta against last night, but I think Tampa Bay was in the driver's seat until last night happened. But now I think they're neck and neck. They're both 3-2.
Huge game.
Yeah, they play again in 4 weeks, and they'll probably have the same record then. And then they'll probably be for first place then. So that is they're already rivals, but it's reignited, if you will. Oh, yeah. They got us talking about it, and and again, good shout out to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a good idea, to kind of to make Thursday nights a little bit more easier for everybody. Make them all divisional games. Because
most of them are divisional games. Though.
True, some of them are not. Okay, cool, but I think I'm just a normal guy to talk sports. I think make it a divisional game so you already have less preparation for a Thursday night game. So at least play a team you're already somewhat familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Divisional games, you play twice every year, and then it would have fans tune in because sometimes they may have the most random games. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's got to get their shine, but the most likely to get a fan base, especially on a below average team, interested is divisional games versus a random game or versus no rivalry, both subpar teams, etc.
What was that? That game last? Was that? Oh no, that
Carolina.
wasn't. So Carolina is going to be bad for years. All those bad decisions for Bryce Young, and he's benched for Andy Dalton.
Holy smokes! Yeah, right. That's they said when you draft the wrong quarterback, it's going to set you back about 3, 4, 5 years, legit. You know what I'm saying? So so what they gave up to get him, and then they're going to use the Trey Lance trade. They're using the Trey as an example, like. You know what I'm saying? You draft a guy, he doesn't work out, but you gave up so much to get him.
I feel bad for saying this. Something about Bryce Young rubbed me the wrong way.
Damn.
And not necessarily like that he's a bad person or like
anything like that, right?
When I see Bryce Young,
you just don't see the great. You don't see greatness brew around the corner.
I don't see greatness. I just don't feel like
he's the guy.
I feel like
he ain't it.
He would be better suited playing Madden than.
Damn, bro.
I feel
quarterback on my team, though.
But I mean, obviously he's probably very talented. Obviously, he wouldn't never be a number 1 overall pick. But something, I don't know. Not to say that he's going to be
the Panthers are just poorly ran though.
But also, yeah, very true. But
they got my boy Shaq Thompson. He's from Sacramento. He's out for the season. God bless him. He just got a surgery. He's out for the season. And then well, shout out to the Panthers because they gave up Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? But the 49ers outbidded the rest of the league to get him. So they got picks back. It's not like they gave it to them. About 4 or 5 picks. So, but yeah, the Panthers. Yeah, the Panthers are going to be bad for a while. But Atlanta, Tampa Bay. But I think I'd give the edge to Tampa Bay because a lot of them already won the Super Bowl, by the way, with Tom Brady. So you go bring Super Bowl experience. But again, it just shows how good is Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? They paid him a lot of money.
Captain Kirk.
Paid him a lot of money. We'll see what happens, but he's got a 4-year deal. Ideally, they make the playoffs and
Kirk
at least
Cousins
win a
made
playoff game.
So much money, boy.
He's making a lot of money. But he embraced the franchise tag and the alternative route compared to some other quarterbacks. But he's made out, compared to a lot of quarterbacks that are won more games, straight up. And to sum that all up, we have the NFC West, my favorite division. We have the Seattle Seahawks at 3-1, 49ers at 2-2, Arizona 1-3, and the LA Rams at 1-3.
How you feeling seeing that Seahawks over there in the 49ers?
That's fine. The 49ers played the Rams, and we had like half the team out, and the Rams won at the end or in overtime, one of the two. So, I mean, but I still feel confident the 49ers are the best team in the division. Vegas still got them going, and we'll get to the Vegas odds in a second. But Vegas never dropped their even with them 2-2, they're still high on power rankings. They're still high in the Vegas Super Bowl odds. We're just dealing with injuries. It's not like, oh, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Guys are missing games. And Ayuk is a big question mark. He got paid his money, and he is underproducing. Some of the fan bases a little uneasy. But if they're uneasy with any player, respectfully, it's Ayuk because he held down and did the wide receiver drama, summer holdout BS, and then you get the money, and he's already dropped a few passes this season. And even Peyton Manning was ripping him on a Manning cast because he dropped a pass in the end zone. He's like, "This is why you get the deal done, get the doggone deal done," and that's why you have the reps. There's no reason he should be dropping passes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then again, shout out to the 49ers. They're like, grass ain't green on the other side. They almost traded to the Patriots, to the Steelers, couple teams that he coulda, woulda, went, made his money, and blah, 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 and he didn't want to go. Duh. You can't, because your best opportunity to win a Super Bowl is that red and gold, baby. So, Ayuk, and then, but shout out to Jennings. Jennings is playing big. Guys again hurt. Again, the Christian McCaffrey, that's a big question mark, but 49ers looking like a good team nonetheless, and I still no one's going to tell me they're not the best team in the NFC. Ciao.
Over Minnesota right now.
Minnesota right now. We taught Sam Darnold everything he knows. So the defense contain that. You know what I mean? So yeah, Minnesota is probably
lost to the Rams.
That's whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Again, Vegas. Well, if you want to check out, that's going to be the next topic. The Vegas odds.
Vegas odds for
the Super Bowl. the whole thing to win. So let me read it off to you right now. I got this up here. Okay, Vegas odds right now to win the Super Bowl, according to FanDuel, whatever. Or are you looking at the Vegas? Okay, plus 500 Kansas City Chiefs, plus 650 San Francisco 49ers, plus 800 Baltimore Ravens, plus 1,000 Buffalo Bills, plus 1,100 Detroit Lions, plus 1,300 Houston Texans, plus 1,400 Philadelphia Eagles, plus 1,600 Minnesota Vikings, Jets, plus 2,200. And to sum up the top 10, we have your Dallas Cowboys at plus 2,500. So, yeah, Vegas got them right there in the big game. Got him second. Despite all that, it's one quarter, a lot of football left. And, again, we got a lot of and the 49ers are still one of the deepest teams of the football. with the most Pro Bowls on the roster, all that, and Brock Purdy, he's comparing him to a lot of other quarterbacks in his first 25 games. Looks like similar to your favorite quarterback. So shout out to Brock Purdy.
My favorite quarterback.
Pat Mahomes, etc. They just saying Brock Purdy has played as well as other players in their first 25 games, statistically. So Brock Purdy is I wasn't fully sold on him in the beginning because of the untraditional route, but that's my quarterback. He's better than Garoppolo, he's better than Trey Lance. So the 49ers made the right choice, and he's winning games, and he look, he's a lot of people pass on the draft, but sometimes it takes the right situation. Would he be doing this on a lot of other teams? Probably not.
Probably not.
But he inherited the best scenario possible. He was Mr. Relevant, pick 262 in his respective draft, and he came in and he beat out everybody due to circumstance. He took over. Like I said, Trey Lance got hurt, Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, and then Brock Purdy got the call. So that's all that happened. That's not last season, but the season before. Had a great season last year, and made all the way to the Super Bowl, and here we are. So again,
it's a good story.
I could talk about the 49ers all day.
It's a very good.
So again, Vegas has them as the top team in the NFC and second to compare the rest of the NFL. So I am comfortable. So I'll say who would give the 49ers run for their money? Yeah, the Lions, Eagles, Minnesota, or the Cowboys. I think if I were to pick a team to come out there to meet the 49ers in the NFC Championship, probably the Lions again. It's the Lions.
So
the experience.
We're having this conversation, but there's a bigger question at hand here. Who is actually going to beat the Chiefs?
Somebody got to do it. No, again, they're not somebody check you out, right? I know, right? That's the question. Oh, stop the
Who's
free
actually
pick.
going to beat the doggone Chiefs?
We shall see. Somebody's got to, again, this ain't forever. David gonna slay Goliath. It's gonna happen. They are the final boss of the game. They're not gonna win forever. The time is now.
Oh man.
The time is now. You got all these injuries. And this and that. Kelsey's not playing 100%.
Mad injuries last year.
Pacheco, all this stuff. Injured. Pacheco's hurt right now. Again, you telling me they're going to win the Super Bowl? What are you telling me? Who's going to beat them?
I don't say I want them to win the Super Bowl, but I'm just like, damn, God.
Who's going to beat them? Somebody going to beat them? Somebody going to beat them? We'll see.
Both of our teams could beat them. In heartbreaking fashion. So, I don't know.
Super Bowl is a sticky subject. It was.
I don't know.
At my Super Bowl birthday party.
And the part about Patrick Mahomes is actually pissing me off. Bold statement, the Commanders.
That's funny.
The part about Patrick Mahomes is actually pissing me off this year is that he is absolutely trash in fantasy right now. And they're winning.
How are they winning? I watched the Chiefs game. Defense.
Him not making no crazy mistakes, really.
Who did they play? They beat the Ravens. I was so mad. I was mad for you. They beat the Ravens. Who have they played this year?
They beat the Ravens. They beat Atlanta. They beat who else? Let me look this shit up.
Chiefs schedule.
The Chiefs. So, show this whole shit. So they beat us by 7. They beat the Bengals, Falcons, and Chargers. All one possession games.
The Charger game was close. I remember watching that game.
It was 10-7. I watched that game too.
It was real close. The Chargers had a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Chargers couldn't get in the damn end zone. Your boy, another person I always be saying overrated, Herbert. Man.
I think he's been cut down to size. I think he's cut down to size.
I was been saying that shit. I was like, yo.
He's
I think I had.
He's the focal point.
in one of my leagues, I had Justin Herbert, and I cut him to sign somebody else.
He's like in fantasy. He's not even breaking the top 20 statistically.
And somebody in the chat,
Your boy J.K. Dobbins, he's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Has been all right.
He's been all right. You know what I'm saying?
He
had a
wasn't
good
never a
game.
bad running back though.
He just gets hurt a lot.
Yeah, he was tink.
Yeah, he gets hurt a lot.
His fucking legs wasn't working.
So, ball odds. What else?
Chargers and Bengals could beat the Chiefs. Bengals have beaten the Chiefs.
The Bengals again. That is the Chiefs have lost to the Bengals. So
but the Bengals gonna have to beat
but the
everybody
Bengals
else to
but
get
the
to
Bengals
the
are
Chiefs.
booty this year though. So the Bengals might not even be in the
I was about to
playoffs.
say they're gonna have to beat everybody else before they can even get to the Chiefs,
Yeah, the Bengals.
which probably not gonna happen.
The Bengals have had their opportunities. Yeah, shit. But great question.
Who the hell gonna beat the damn Chiefs? It's like, it's also crazy because it's like, you think about all of these quarterbacks that are in the league now, and it's like, a lot of them might not win Super Bowls just because of the simple fact that Patrick Mahomes is.
There's only one. There's only one.
It's only one what?
Only one that can do it.
Only one team or only one
Yeah,
player?
one team exactly.
Yeah, but it was the damn same team every year.
That's
You got
short-lived,
Mahomes, then Brady.
They're not the Patriots, bro. They're not. He's not Tom Brady.
One
Yeah.
to Stafford, all right, but then more Mahomes for the rest.
Huh.
He already got 3.
So
I know Ed don't like to talk about this though, because
not too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had this coworker. I had this coworker at work. Right. I had this coworker at work.
Mahomes done did it to you twice.
Right, and then he's like, did it on a Chiefs fan and shit, and then he's like, yeah, he's just some just along the lines. He said, he's like, yeah, you guys keep trying, you can't do it. I was like, I ain't talking to this dude ever again.
Got my Ravens out here looking like the little engine that could, just chugging along, trying to beat Patrick Mahomes. Chugga, 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 chugga. What else we got, Ed?
So there we go, and then to sum it up, so that's
it. Yeah.
That's it. How far are we into? Are we going?
We kind of
Where we at with it?
we a little deep. We about an hour and
That's
30.
an hour and 30.
So
I had fantasy football a little bit, and then basketball, and then close it out.
yeah, preseason did just start.
So
We got a question: who's getting MVP?
of the MVP, that's a great question. I don't realistically, is it going to be Sam Darnold or
no.
right, but or homie Washington? No,
Maybe.
It should go the best player on the best team. Who's going to be the best player? Who's going to be the best team? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to get the best? Who's going to? I think Lamar's always going to be in that conversation. I think Josh Allen's going to be in the conversation.
I can't even. How could you give it to Allen over Lamar though?
Because he beat him, but I think the Bills are. But again, who's gonna come out the AFC? Who's gonna have the best record? I don't think the Chiefs are gonna have the best record in the AFC. They got too much going on.
I got Lamar for the 2-peat.
Which is possible. No, Lamar.
I got Lamar for the 2-peat. Granted, I don't know if we're gonna get a chip because apparently he can win all the MVPs he want, but we still got to get past the chefs.
Time is now, man. You got to manifest it, man. You sound like you just bowing down. You sound like you kissing the rings over there.
I ain't kissing no rings, but bruh,
shit.
I mean, like, damn, like, god damn.
Okay, Vegas. Let's check it out. Vegas odds. Here we are. Win MVP. Pat Mahomes plus 240. Josh Allen 275. I know, right? CJ Stroud plus 1100. Sam Darnold plus 1100. Lamar Jackson plus 1000. Brock Purdy plus 1400. Jared Goff plus 2500. Burrow 3000. Baker Mayfield 3500. Prescott 3000. Hurts 3000. Jalen Daniels 3000. Kirk Cousins 3500. So realistically, top 6, I would feel it's going to be one of these 6 players based on Vegas because this is what Vegas got. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy. Can't argue anyone there due to everyone's having great seasons and success thus far, and I don't see anyone dropping from that list or anyone jumping up to catch them. Jared Goff, maybe Jared Goff.
Still pretty.
Yeah, it's still pretty early. So that is the current MVP odds for the NFL. So they got your boy at first.
Actually, man, you give Josh Allen. Let's get to the Super Bowl. Fuck that MVP. Just keep handing the ball off to Derrick Henry.
1,000%.
Get Devontae Adams.
Trade for Devontae Adams and let's do this.
Let's just throw it to Devontae
and do
Adams on the
this.
play action.
And let's do it.
Boom, Super Bowl. That's how we do it.
Quick question for you. You're going to be biased. Ravens defense or Cleveland Browns defense fantasy for the rest of the year?
This year?
Yeah.
Ravens.
Somebody dropped.
Not even from because while I am biased, I would
not even
yeah,
but not being biased.
I wouldn't give a biased answer to something like that.
Okay.
I would, like I said.
I have the Cleveland Brown defense in one of my leagues, and then somebody dropped the Baltimore defense. I was like, why'd they drop them? And I was
our
like,
pass defense hasn't been great.
And then I drafted the Cleveland like high because they were high. They were
the number one, number two.
Some of them were like number one, and then somebody picked the 49ers for that. So I really went Cleveland because I was going to go 49ers. So, anywho.
I think our defense will pick it up towards the end of the year.
Gotcha. Quick question. But, so yeah, MVP. So where we're at. And then if there's anything else, nothing else with really fancy football, we'll cut on next time. But, and to close it out, we'll talk about the NBA a little bit. Training camps have started. I seen the Clippers are in Hawaii. Preseason started today. And maybe we can get some scores of today's games for NBA, the preseason. Russell Westbrook was debuting with his new team, the Denver Nuggets, and he went 3 for 6 from the three-pointer. So shout out to Russell Westbrook.
My man out here, what's that? You can teach an old cat new tricks, old dog new tricks.
Hey, but he's the LA Clippers situation didn't work out, and like I said, he is with Denver, and maybe that's what he needs to get a chance of winning the big one.
I don't know. I mean, it could. Yeah. I mean, they're still a great team. So we do got a couple scores. Here we are. This is the first weekend of preseason.
Today is the day. Let me pull that up.
So, yeah, you got Celtics. I mean, it's only 2 games on right now. So, you got Timberwolves playing the Lakers right now. It literally just started. First bucket.
NBA TV. Okay, bet. 8-5. Timberwolves and Lakers. Shout out to Timberwolves for trading Karl Anthony Towns to the New York Knicks, his childhood favorite team.
How you feel about that?
I think they're contending. I think the only team arguably better than them in the East is the Boston Celtics. I think the Knicks are top 2 team in the East. I think they're better than the Sixers. I think the Sixers got too many question marks. Who else is in the East? That's the top 3 teams. But yeah, for sure the Celtics, they're the champs. So the Celtics are the favorites, of course, but outside the Celtics, I think the Knicks are better than any other team in the East. With that trade, they traded, Karl Anthony Towns. Big move. He's with his former coach, Thibodeau. Thibodeau used to coach the Timberwolves, now he's with the Knicks. So there's already familiarity there, continuity there. Okay. The Timberwolves, have you heard? You heard this or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Timberwolves traded Karl Anthony Towns to the New York Knicks for Julius Randle, disgruntled star, Dante DiGianzo, I hate I botched his name. So they broke up the Villanova Knicks lightweight. They still got 3 others over there, and then a pick. But Karl Anthony Towns still what did he do? He had a bad series against Dallas in the Western Conference Finals. Anthony Edwards was carrying it, so they free up a lot of money. Minnesota, so Julius Randle has an option left, and then so again it flexibility moving forward. And again, maybe they feel Karl Anthony Towns peaked. They could have ran it back, but the Knicks, they made it to the Western Conference Finals. Like the Timberwolves, like I'm not a Timberwolves fan per se, but Anthony Edwards is one of the best young players, and Karl Anthony Towns is
I was about to say, I
pretty solid resume.
He's not even 30 yet.
He's not even 30 yet, but Karl Anthony Towns, or no, but Anthony Edwards is like 21, so he's like a different. Again, Karl Anthony Towns has been in the league 7-8 years, 8-9 years. Anthony Edwards is like what, third year player?
Yeah. I mean, I see that
second, third year player, whatever. So
I kind of see that as them passing the guard.
Right, correct. You know what I'm saying? Because but Anthony Edwards was already taken over, so like, okay, it's his team, right. And so, you know, again, they feel, again, they had Cat a long time. You know, they had a Cat a long time, and maybe they feel it's time to move on.
Well, he still have value.
Still have value, exactly, versus holding on to him, and then his value decreases, and then the team, you know, again, flexibility. They got cap flexibility, and again, on the flip side, Karl Anthony Towns. I think it turned, if the Knicks were already a great team with all their adversity last year with injuries, etc. They were the second seed last year, and they had like injuries all year long. And the NBA is better when the Knicks are good, for sure, 1,000%. I remember hearing that as a kid. Charles Barkley said that all the time. The NBA is better when the Knicks are good. You know what I'm saying?
How often is that though?
Well, they're good now. You know what I'm saying? They're good now.
They are. Shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson. Exactly. He would not. I mean, it all worked out. They got Kyrie, but Jalen Brunson would still be unknown if he never got to New York. He got to New York. I think his dad has a connection to New York, the Knicks. I forgot what it was. But his dad had a connection there. If he played there, or if he worked there, something like that. So yeah, shout out to the Knicks. So anyways, yeah. So we had back to the games. So the Breakers, wherever they're from, they're playing the Jazz. That's in the third quarter right now, 90-68. We had the Timberwolves and Lakers, and then the game I was referencing earlier, we had the Celtics play the Nuggets, and that was in Dubai.
Wait, what?
That was in Dubai, the preseason. The Celtics and the Nuggets.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Abu Dhabi Games 2024. So Celtics says so. The NBA is
it up, huh?
Yeah, NBA is showcasing the league globally. There's nothing wrong with that. More eyes, more people.
Got the stats up from this game.
Pull some stats.
Early picks for the finals.
The finals, the Celtics. You got to respect. You got to respect that. You got to put them back in the finals. The only team would beat them, I feel, is the Knicks, but I would give the edge to the Celtics, the champs, of course. And then in the West, what are coming out the West? The West. DeMar DeRozan said the Kings are going to go to the Western Conference Finals, so I'm gonna ride with that. You know how that go. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan.
Said he glad D Rose came home.
Come on, bro. You know how fired up I was, bro. When that video dropped and then DeRozan talking about he coming to the Kings, bro.
Y'all didn't deserve him either.
1,000%, bro. They gonna play that at every game. I think anyone could come out the West. I think it's wide open. I think the East is like a limited amount of teams, but the West is wide open. Who can go? Dallas can go. Golden State could go. I don't know about all that. I'm saying it because of who they are, but no. But the Clippers, the Lakers, they would be. I think they're depleting. Minnesota still in the conversation. Phoenix. Vegas. OKC. OKC is probably going to be.
How does Dallas get back?
How does Dallas get back? I mean, they have Klay Thompson, so I mean, they have a missing piece. You know, to have a wing spot up shooter. And you have Kyrie and Luka handling the ball majority of the game. Oh yeah, that's what they needed. That's if Klay Thompson can bounce back, and he's gonna be low expectations. Low expectations. Like he's the number 2 guy. He's the number 2 guy in Golden State for majority of that run, outside of when Durant was there. But he's the number 3, 4, 5 guy in Dallas. So less pressure. And then and then the Nuggets, and then Sacramento, of course. ESPN has like Sacramento top 6 team in the West, so I'll take it. You know what I mean? So that's a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young legs. Pass under the guard. You have DeMar DeRozan as our veteran leader. My new favorite player. Fox and Sabonis are still like around like 25. So a lot of youth with Sacramento, and of course I'm a root for my team. But the Lakers, I think LeBron is more worried about playing with his son than winning a championship.
That's what I was about to lead into. This could be the last thing we talk about, but this is actually about to happen.
No, it's about to. Yeah, shout out to Bronny and all that, and it's cute and it's fun and it's never happened before. And Ken Griffey Jr. and Senior and all that. It's the last time it happened and all this other stuff, and they gonna be at the first game and all this. That's dope. That's an inspiration. I wish my father was LeBron James. That's dope. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, when do you have anything left proving your career? He said everything's extra credit. He still has 4 rings. If we talk about rings and legacy and all this and all that, and I think it's a generational thing. Like I said, Michael Jordan's my GOAT, and you talk about GOATs and all this, and I'd have Kobe after that, and like whose players I've seen, I could talk about all the time. But yeah, you Kobe after that, and personally, I have it. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Personally, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, like, why do we put LeBron over Kobe? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I worked with my dad. I love him, but it wasn't all that. I worked with my dad too.
That's funny. But shout out to Bronny. Like I said, does he get drafted? At all because of his name. He gets his name and this and that. But that rejuvenates LeBron, and it's feel good and it's fun and this and that. But they're still worse than the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have let go of JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard and all them. You know what I'm saying? Like you're still asking Anthony Davis to go 1-on-1 with freaking with Joker. He probably outweighs him by 50 pounds, 80 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's their hurdle. But they're over here collecting guards. They got the little white kid, respectfully, Connect or whatever. He's number 4. You got Bronny. You still got D'Angelo.
Small ball.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think they're still not better than the Nuggets.
I think Bronny's actually gonna have a decent career. I don't think obviously not. He's not gonna be.
We'll close out with the Vegas odds on the NBA.
Obviously, I don't think he's gonna be his daddy by any stretch of imagination, but I think he'll have a decent career.
Okay, here we go. So this is unofficially the power rankings of the NBA, if you will, but the odds to win the championship in order. We have the Boston Celtics plus 320, the Oklahoma City Thunder at plus 660. So Vegas has the Thunder in the finals. Shea Alexander. New York Knicks plus 750, Philadelphia 76ers plus 1,000, Minnesota Timberwolves plus 1,000. Denver Nuggets plus 1,100, Dallas Mavericks 1,100, Bucks plus 1,400. Almost forgot about them on the East. Phoenix plus 2,000, and then Memphis plus 4,000, Lakers plus 4,000. Yeah, they do not have the Lakers and the Warriors. I mean, anything happens. Stranger things have happened. So the top 4 teams in the West would be Oklahoma, Minnesota, Denver, and Dallas, and Phoenix at 5th. You know what I'm saying? So that's those would be probably my one of those guys to break through. The Lakers and Warriors, unless they make a major trade, they're not going to the finals. Not this year. Yeah, it's. I was real passionate about this argument 1-2 years ago, but this is what I meant. Remember, I was like, oh, they're no. Come on, bro. I said it then. Like I said, it may be a little bit more on the personal side. It is because we are the Sacramento gets the least amount of love and recognition out of all the 4 California teams. Like period, bro. Because we are the smallest market. You know what I'm saying? So like less recognition. Exactly. We don't have the national recognition. You know what I'm saying? But again, small. But again, that's the big market and small market. We're the small market. Who's the small markets? You got your Carolina, your Milwaukee, your Utah, your Indiana, places that people are not gonna go if given a choice. They're gonna go to your LA, your New York, your Miami, your Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Houston.
Your Houstons. You know what I'm saying? Like the big market. Where is the money? Where is the beaches?
Yeah, Houston.
Plural meaning. You know.
They in Houston.
Beaches.
Omaha.
So yeah, I mean I could go on and on about that point.
You'd
but
be surprised how many people is in Omaha though. You put an NBA team there, I bet you they.
I mean, but they're Omaha, but Oklahoma, man. I think Kevin Durant, Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? I think they're in the conversation. I think Kevin Durant's gonna have. He has a small window to prove his legacy, and I think that's important to him. You know, as a fan, Kevin Durant, he's one of my. You know, I've always not when he was with the blue and yellow, but you know, overall, Kevin Durant, rooting for him for sure, rooting for him to get one more of them things. I think LeBron, if he rides out in LA, cool. If not, I'd like to see LeBron ring chase. Why not? Of course, that's what it's all about. It's crazy when the Lakers aren't in the playoffs, right? It's crazy when LeBron's not in the playoffs. It's crazy when Steph Curry's not in the playoffs, right? So what are they doing about it?
I think that
or is it the passing of the guard, or is it going to be the Shea Alexander and the Thunder moving forward, right?
Joshua Nagel says Russ will never get a ring.
So the Nuggets are out of it then. So the Nuggets are out of it. So who's coming out the West? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a Nugget fan. I'm not saying the Nuggets win a championship. But he's on a
Dallas back in there.
So Vegas has Dallas the 4th best team in the West, which is you know what I mean, again, it's going to be a big uphill battle to get back there, you know, like but they have the personnel to do it. They have the person. I'm just not willing to bet money on that today. I would go more of a today. The Thunder. I don't know. It's just
I see SGA in there.
I don't see it.
For Dallas?
Oklahoma.
Oh.
Now? Nah. Everyone else, if the Oklahoma Thunder win a championship, everyone else might as well just break it up. Because they got all these young guys doing all this stuff. I get rid of everybody over 30. I'm any other team at this point. So, but the Celtics.
They might repeat.
Yeah. So if I'm betting money today,
they might repeat.
I would go to Celtics repeating. I and I think Jalen. Okay, I could talk about Jaylen Brown forever. I think he's. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? In a sense of, I think he is the. I think he's played with Kyrie, so he has Kyrie elements to him. But I think he's of the people. And I think they shut him down because he is of the people. They left him off the Olympic team, and when he got his major deal, one of the first things he said, he's like, I want to open up a Black Wall Street in Boston. And the fact that doesn't get as much support as it should, you know what I'm saying? Because, you're an East Coast guy. I've only heard things of Boston. I got homies from Boston. I've never been. Okay, you've been. I haven't been there, but I hear race disparity, if you will. It has its reputation for various reasons, right?
It's like New York, diet New York.
Okay, I can see. Okay, yeah, because you got the
and definitely
because you got the baseball, the Yankees and the Yankees and the Red Sox. Yeah, so it's Boston's big market, but the fact that again, he got left off the Olympic team, and I think the system, the establishment's against him. Like, that's like my point. And I could kind of go into detail with you. Like, I don't know how up you are on him, but those are like a few examples. You know, it's one of the first things he said. And he got left off the, I think, you know what they're doing Olympic wise? The Celtics of today is what the Thunder was back then. You know, with let me finish this thought. So you had Durant, Harden, Westbrook, right? And you had the Olympic guys and this and that, and they're like, oh, and they told Harden, you know, Kobe and whoever, telling Harden, hey, you need to go somewhere else and do your thing. So the Olympic experience wasn't necessarily a good thing for the Thunder because ultimately it was there to demise. It's the same thing with the Celtics. You had Jason Tatum go, but he doesn't play. Why? Politics. Jaylen Brown should be on the roster. He's not. They invited Drew Holiday and Derek White over him. So 3 of his teammates. When Jaylen Brown technically is the best player in basketball. Technically, he finals MVP, won the championship. You're the best player, the best team, and he doesn't get the call up. Why? There's an agenda. But again, I don't want to get too conspiracy theorists here. But
no.
But
I got something to add on to it. Go finish.
He gets the Kyrie treatment for a few variables, and I believe I don't dig all the way in, but I dig it enough to know that he is one of my favorite players, and he is not respected and treated fairly the way he should be.
My opinion is that the NBA,
Jaylen Brown,
the NBA has a superstar problem with players under the age of 30.
Okay.
The NBA has not been able to isolate or define a superstar under the age of 30. Nobody has been a front runner, and I feel like there could be an agenda, and I also feel like to a lot of people, and it's gonna sound horrible, but I feel like the Boston Celtics to mainstream America could be considered boring.
Wow. Why?
I mean, even
he's personality is he's not marketed. He's not
personality, not necessarily marketable. I ain't gonna say he's not marketable, but like
compared to other players.
To other players, you think, and obviously you look at the Olympic team.
LeBron, Steph, KD, stars.
But what stars?
They're the stars. They were there.
Yeah, but they're what? They're older.
They're older. Well, I mean, they've been household names,
right?
For years now. A lot of people still don't know who Jaylen Brown is.
Right. So, like I said, I feel like the NBA has a superstar problem. Obviously, you even look at like in Memphis, Ja Morant. You know, he was supposed to be that guy.
He did it to himself, though.
But he was supposed to be that next.
Well, then.
You know, he had to dance, and you know.
You got Luka.
The NBA has and
Luka.
That's not going to happen with Luka, just for the simple fact that Luka isn't American.
He's international, right? Yeah, that's
right.
That's,
they're not going to have a person with a crazy accent.
Crazy last name.
I ain't gonna say crazy accent, but like you're not gonna typically have a person with an accent be like the face of the league, or the person that's
Shea Alexander's from Canada. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson. I mean, unless they win the big one, then he'll become a star.
NBA has a superstar problem.
They do. I can see where you say that. Anthony Edwards. But again, a lot of people still don't know who he is. I know he is, of course, but a lot of people don't know who he is. Joker, he's international. Kyrie and Luka, that's the thing. Kevin Durant, LeBron, Curry, Miami Heat, Butler.
Personality. It's not a lot of personality amongst the young players.
Harden, Kawhi. Okay, okay, here we are. Because they're not. It's a different time. There you go. It's a different time. They go about things different, and things are just different. You know what I mean? And again, they're not.
I hear you, but then at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this era has given us so much personality, you know, out of other sports leagues. You know, you can look, you know. So I do feel like this could be an issue in the future for the league, you know, as far as like keeping the league exciting and keeping people interested. That's why you know, people are low key so excited about the LeBron thing. Not necessarily because, you know, his son's about to be a superstar, but it's obviously something that's gonna attract a bunch of people to watch. Marketability.
I think like you gotta embrace your own fan base, and your fan base gotta embrace you before you get to the next level.
Another bad opinion, not a bad opinion, but I will say this: the last 2 NBA championship teams have been very boring teams.
So the Celtics won it this last year. Who won it the year before? The Nuggets, right? Fuck. Yeah, the Nuggets, right? The Nuggets.
It's very anticlimactic.
Oh, the Nuggets, yeah, and the fact that Joker don't even care, like that only makes it worse.
Very anticlimactic.
It makes it worse. Like he rides a horse, he could care less. He's like, whatever, bro.
You know, so who is, you know, because I mean, obviously LeBron has you know been playing for a while, and he's still, you know, all pro.
Maybe that new guy comes in, but Victor's international. Zion was supposed to be the truth, not so much. He's the number 1 overall picks. Number 1 pick currently is in Atlanta. No one knows his name because he got outshined by Bronny James the whole draft. The whole draft. You don't even know who the number 1 pick is, but he plays in Atlanta. He's number 10, I think.
All people knew from the draft was Bronny.
Right. That was right.
Literally, Victor Wembanyama is from Spain.
And I'm big into the prospects and the tournament and all this, but there's no
Giannis.
But that's on the NBA though. You can't.
But
you got to build other stars. You can't just.
They're trying to do it, but every time they build a star, he pull out a pistol on somebody.
Ja Morant.
Jokic is not fun. He just clocks it and does his job and rolls out.
No, he has fun racing horses. That's when he has fun. That's when there's joy in his face. That's when That's when you see him smile.
Where's Jokic from?
Friggin' Serbia or some shit. Serbia. You could slide over there, and he goes home. He doesn't like being in the United States more than he has to be. He's home as much as possible.
We Americans make him sick.
Yeah, he just loves his horses and does his thing.
You Americans like hamburger and pizza.
No, but probably one of the best things going for the NBA is going to be the Celtics and the Knicks. I think that's going to be most exciting. It's probably one of the biggest rivalries and 2 of the biggest markets. And, you know, again, like New York, Boston, just like with the Yankees and the Red Sox. So
one more unpopular opinion. Granted, they aren't generating as much. I'd make the argument that the WNBA has been more exciting.
And WNBA's been hot. No, for sure. Got you and me talking about it. No, but and then you got to give that to Caitlin Clark. Period. Like she's the Steph Curry of the WNBA, like hands down.
And Angel Reese.
And Andrea, of course. I thought it would be more, of course. No, but yeah, Andrea. You know, I would argue that they are the new age, new day. Magic and Bird of the WNBA, and they got a new deal, and everyone's gonna get paid more, and it's been more exciting. But the top player is Aja Wilson off the Aces. She's the best. She's the best. She's 2-time MVP. She's the best player. She is the best player. So no, I'm a little bit more interested. I've been me and Matt caught a Wings game, you know, not that long ago. So a shout out to the Wings. They're moving from Arlington to the Dallas Convention Center. So it's going to be a bigger deal there. And I went to the convention center for my cousin had a volleyball tournament. Nice. And so convention center is real big to do a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a pretty big spot.
So, all right, sir. I think we covered a lot of ground, man. It's good to be back at it with you, man, for sure.
For the show, we had about 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours. That's overtime at this point. But it was about episode 60 or so, right? We about that. But no, let's wrap it up. Once again, shout out to Sprite. You want to hold it up? You want to hold the market? Hey, we're marketing here. We're doing it. There we go. Take that. Take that picture. So shout out to Sprite and the home team, and like I said, the homie Eclipse, Double R, Lardy, everybody, Matt for shooting it. Who else was in there? Casper. Everybody that was in that for sure. And then and of course Calio's Tacos, the best tacos in Dallas. They're everywhere. He is everywhere. He's if he's not at a food truck convention, he's at a college or a church or his music or whatever. Cali's everywhere doing everything, or he just might be in your local neighborhood. He just be at the gas station sometimes.
Yep.
Right by the crib, and shout out to Chase. Chase is there a lot, so shout out to young Chase. So and shout out to Calio's Tacos, best tacos. Look it up, Google or not Google, but find them on the ground for sure. Calio's Tacos. Big homie, Uncle Cali, one of the OGs here at Never Satisfied Studios.
He got cookies now too.
Yeah, the cookies and the juice, all that stuff. So look that up. So there you go. That's the plug. And then shout out to Never Satisfied Studios and the clothing line and all that, and everyone here, of course. Shout out to Never Satisfied. Shout out to Matt, of course. Anything we want to touch on before we out of here? I think we did it.
I think we did.
We back. Like I said, sorry for the wait. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back before you know it, and we should have a special guest next time. They couldn't make it this time, but we will be back talking about everything football and basketball, more so related. And I think we're almost out of here.
Yep. So I'm going to leave off with not our Sprite commercial, but another Sprite commercial that kind of inspired me to do the commercial because I just love this commercial so much. It's only 30 seconds. So see y'all next time.
Shout out to Sprite.
See y'all next time. We out.
What up, son? Phone biz, baby. Don't hate it, obey it. Here's a little story that must be told about true players rocking on the ice and gold. They try to slow us down from laying the law.
It's a Nas commercial. Bad. Check you out. You wouldn't do this shit. That's what's up.
Real cats never get caught. Player haters, why? Gators made us fly. And we rock all the linen with the latest ties. Firm come first, obey your thirst. Nas and AZ all day it hurts. Obey your thirst, kid.